Gators face FSU under the lights, under the LED lights of Ben Hill Griffin Stadium on Saturday night. FSU is notably without, who is also still alive despite all of the tweets and everything else that we've seen. Jordan Travis did injure his leg and will obviously not be playing this game. Tate Rodemaker is the backup, and he will be playing. FSU is coming off of a victory against North Alabama. But gentlemen, what are your thoughts here?
Nasty injury. I think we saw it.
Saw it one time, looked away.
Yeah, right as we were getting to the press box. I hate that for him. It makes Florida's chances of winning this game significantly better, but that's not something you wish on him. No. Senior day, you've got your whole family there. You're fourth in the country. You've got a chance to make a run, go to the playoff. You're having the best year of your career, personally, team-wise. So I hate that for him. Prayers up for the Travis family.
But yeah.
I was watching it live, and just to see, as soon as he picked his leg up, you see what's going on. I was like, whoa. And, I transferred on over to the Gator game, bro. I didn't want to see any of that in replay or anything like that. I didn't have to go check social media because I kind of saw it happen live.
Yeah.
Super sad that it happened for him. He was having a good year. Regardless how it all shook out, he was going to end up in New York or whatever he does the Heisman. I think he ends up at that event. And all that kind of changes, man. I also want to see the kid get a fair shot at the NFL.
Yeah.
Regardless of them being rivals. He's from the 5-6-1, so I'm still cheering for the kid. But like Nick said, this makes this a totally different game with them coming in. Benson is a different monster, and our run fit has been. I didn't give our defense flowers for slowing down Schrader in the second half.
Yeah,
first half he was doing what he wanted to do, but we did slow him down. I expected him to go for like 250. But back to the Florida State game. That makes this a totally different type of matchup. Both teams have backup quarterbacks. We'll see. Rodemaker played against a D2 team, whatever North Alabama is. That's 3-6, something crazy. Wasn't a talented team, but he got some warm up and some action before he comes to the Swamp. I do like that we're home. It's going to be loud. It's going to be rocking. It's a night game. It's the last chance to get your Tom Petty video. If you haven't got one, go ahead and get it for the off season so you don't get trolled by Silk. But a good opportunity. I think if we can make it interesting and send a lot of pressure, if we could get home to that kid, I don't think they're going to be able to adjust and change plays. I think that's our advantage is home field. I always say, like, Swamp is good for 2 games. They got us Tennessee. We'll see if they can get us another one at night. But you couldn't ask for a better setup for us. Underdogs, 5 games. I know they're still got a lot to play for, but that creates pressure for them on the road with a young quarterback that has never been on the road in this type of environment. So we'll see what it is. We could talk a little bit more about it, but I like this. I like the setup.
Yeah, spread changed probably 7 points with Jordan Travis out. It goes from probably 12-13 down to 5.5, 6.5, depending on where you look.
I think, how do you say his last name?
Rodemaker. No, I think it's Rodemaker.
I called him Rodemaker.
I've got big Rookie of the Year vibes. Rosenhauser.
Rowan Garden. Yeah.
Rowan Gardner. More of a passer. Jordan Travis is probably Jaden Daniels light, with some of the calories removed. Sugar
more of a lunch pail guy.
Yeah. No, I'm saying Jordan Travis is Jaden Daniels light.
Sorry.
Florida couldn't tackle Jaden Daniels last year. He's not the player in my mind that Jaden Daniels is, but you would have gotten a similar result. Not 606 yards, but Max Mahomes.
Max Mahomes.
Listen, buddy, he is not Max Mahomes.
I think he's mixed. So.
Okay, that's not for me to say. Stay in my lane over here. But I think what I said.
For that. You'd be all right.
I think, guys, I talk a lot now. I talk a lot here on the YouTube, so I'm surprised it hasn't happened yet. Anyway, I think Jordan Travis would have given Florida fits. Now you have a quarterback. I think their third string quarterback can run a little bit. I was talking with somebody yesterday. Let me pull this up. So Rodemaker is a passer. Like if you don't try to go 2 quarterbacks, if you're FSU, like they might try to throw the ball. 50 times. And then you've got Glenn, who's more of kind of like Jordan
Brock
Travis,
Glenn
can run. So I wonder if you see a 2-quarterback system, 2-quarterback thing from Florida State this week. But it's the backup quarterback bowl.
Yeah, and I mean, obviously, you have to give credit to Keon Coleman and Johnny Wilson.
I mean, that's we were
those
just
are
talking
some
about the cornerbacks. That's gonna
tough
be tough.
wide receivers to guard. Jaheim Bell and that other tight end that they have. I think that they play 3 tight ends pretty consistently over there. So we'll definitely need to see some improvement from coverage from linebackers. It all depends on being able to get to him and get after them. Florida State has obviously they're undefeated. They beat Clemson, they beat LSU. Haven't necessarily looked spectacular this season. I do think that they will drop behind Washington this week when the playoff poll comes out. But is it a winnable game? You hope so. There's a lot to play for. Florida's playing for bragging rights of the state. Obviously, it's a home game, and you're also playing for that bowl game, whatever it might be. Man, I hope so.
I see somebody asking in the comments about Jaheim Bell. I think Jaheim Bell gets schemed open more than anything. I don't know if he's I beat you off the line of scrimmage and route you up type of guy, bro. I think they get him in some situations in space and he's able to get open. Similar to what we do with Hanson. They're different type of tight ends, but Hanson's not beating nobody open. Like, we're scheming some things and getting him open to get the ball and do some things and run in open field. I just like being home in this matchup. I thought that was the difference for them last year. The biggest difference was Jordan Travis getting them out of some crazy situations. I don't know if Mike Norvell called the best game. We was just a sack away, like some sacks that we had. This guy pinned up with 4 Gators around him. He just got out of it. We were those situations away from winning that game on the road with a banged up team, and there was some things that we did wrong, but I don't think they out-schemed, out-coached us last year. I think Jordan Travis, for the last couple of years, have gotten Mike Norvell out of some bad situations. I think Rodemaker, however you say his name. I've been saying it wrong. But I think he's gonna be able to make some throws. Our defense our secondary is barbecue chicken, so he's gonna be able to get some stuff off. But you just got to be able to cause the same type of misfits that you cause Milton with the noise and the disguising of secondaries and all that. You're gonna have to get busy with that. In the run game, we're all going to be able to run on them. They've gave up a lot to Miami, to Chaney. They've been giving up a lot of real estate on the ground this season. That sits well with me. That lines up to what we would like to do. A lot of read action, RPO. I think we had the advantage in the situation where they have no idea how we're going to attack them. There's not a whole lot of film for a guy like Corey Fuller, who I don't think highly of as a DC. There's not a lot for him to work off of with preparation. They could probably look at some of AR tape last year, but I don't think we approach this game the same way. But if we can get the run game going and keep them guys on their heels, and you just need to be able to get some stops like you did on Missouri. And I think quarterback positions just make these type of games go. So you got 2 young boys that not a whole lot of experience, I like that my quarterback could get some stuff. And I think Rodemaker can move a little bit on his feet. I'm not going to say he's Travis, but he could do some stuff on his feet. But our pass rush is going to be different with a quarterback like him and Travis. Just total polar opposites with how you approach that type of team.
Yes.
But if you bottle up Benson, my game plan, you load the box, you bottle up Benson, and you make that young boy beat you with his arm. Like, you show me that he can connect with Johnny Wilson. I've seen Johnny Wilson struggle with when they had Jordan Travis against the Boston Colleges of the world and some other programs. Like, you look at his stat lines, he haven't been killing like that. He gets touchdowns, but he's not killing you on the receptions and yards. So my game plan will be just that. You fill up the box, pause, and you make them boys beat you through the air. Loud in the swamp. See if you get him on the ground a couple times, apply some pressure, a lot of pressure. You have nothing to lose in this game. Drop your nuts.
Except the game.
I mean, shit. And what happens then?
You've lost plenty of them already.
All the pressure is on them. Like, I think from a 100%. Lot of instances, they're on the road. They got a lot to play for. They're still trying to act like everything's okay, and they go into the playoffs with Rodemaker and all that.
No.
They got a lot more to play for. Create some pressure. Let's see what we can do.
Tawan, go back. Just because I said that Max Brown isn't Patrick Mahomes doesn't mean I don't think he's bad. I think we gave Max.
We've given Max Brown probably more credit than anybody.
Might have gotten to the show late. Might have gotten to after.
Come on, time. We start at 10 o'clock ish.
But that's wild. I say he's not Patrick Mahomes, and people are like, there goes Nick. There goes negative Nick.
People don't give you the benefit of the doubt.
Man,
you know what I mean?
Florida's red shirt freshman quarterback isn't as good as the best quarterback in the NFL.
Let's not blow it out of proportion.
I've got to figure out.
Was Patrick Mahomes though? He wasn't.
No, he wasn't.
Okay, so let's see what Max can do, dog. I'm ready to lie a little bit. It's Florida State hating me.
Got people in their feelings at 11:14 on a Monday morning.
If we somehow win this game, bro.
Woo! 365 days of yelling, ignorance.
You think them people hate me now, Nick? If you think Florida State fans hate me now, bro, don't how many
new Twitter accounts will you have to have if Florida wins this game? They will go and
he's going to be the new blue-orange Gator.
Oh no!
It's going to pop up every 2 weeks with a new account.
Yeah, y'all right. I mean, I probably just need to chill. Y'all right.
I don't think that there is a chill switch if Florida wins this game.
Oh no,
Kenny Shaw.
Crazy.
Oh no.
Kenny Shaw is going to have to see you on that same energy Sunday.
I already bought a Steve Spurrier visor just in case. He's been wearing that Bobby Bowden hat every week, so I said, okay, I got something for you. We win this one. I'm bringing out the old ball coach visor. I like the setup. Nick, what do you think about like advantages? I think. I'm not high on their defense. I see the numbers. I understand. I think I'm
not high on their defense, but Florida's offensive line can make them look fantastic.
No, that's true. And
I thought this game was
more
winnable. I thought this game was more winnable than Missouri was before Jordan Travis. Now I thought Jordan Travis would make people want to like find Austin Armstrong's address to go and put a for sale sign up. But I think this game is winnable for Florida. I don't know how much Florida will throw. I think Max's running ability and RPOs, read options are going to open up so many other things for Florida's running game that I think Florida will be able to run the ball. And also I think if you want to neutralize Florida State's pass rush, run the ball right at, Jared Verse, run the ball right at those guys. I think Florida, Ben Hill Griffin Stadium at night, rivalry game. Like you said, Florida's playing for a rivalry game and a bowl game. Florida State is playing for. They're not. I mean, they're going to drop out.
They got to root for some losses.
CFP comes out. Yeah.
Can't put Tate Rodemaker in the college football playoff.
Henry Rosen got now. You gotta think that Florida State is playing for way more and probably maybe playing tighter because you don't have your engine. You've been driving this car all year, and then you get to where you can see the checkers, you can see the finish line, and then your engine falls out of the car. And now you've got a couple backups pushing the car towards the finish line.
Now, Florida State's a very talented team. So everybody in the comments, we do know that Fisk, Verse, all those guys are talented guys. On offense, they got Keon Coleman, Benson, Johnny Wilson. All those guys are going to play on Sundays. I think very highly of the players that they got. They have been starting slow all year with the Heisman the Heisman candidate quarterback. They started slow. If you start slow, now that you got this guy in, I think the confidence is not going to be the same that we can just cut it on. And I think that's going to be the difference. If we get those guys to start slow and they coming out trying to figure out how to get points and what the offense of Florida State going to look like with him, hopefully they struggle. But if they do that, I don't think they have the same mental fortitude to bounce back like a veteran Jordan Travis would, and they've been able to do that. Even in the Miami game, they got into some moments where Jordan Travis willed them to a win. You feel me? A lot this season, even with Boston College, like even when he beat us last year, in Doak, like he willed them to a win.
Yeah, he's so good.
Yeah,
not Jaden Daniels, but very good.
No. Obviously, they are a very good team. They're undefeated for a reason. Looking at their rushing, they've only allowed more than 200 yards once this season against Virginia Tech. Virginia Tech did 209 yards against them. I like Florida. They're going to obviously rely heavily on that rushing attack, which I do think means that you're going to probably see a little bit more Trevor Etienne than normal, just because I don't know how often Florida is going to pass the ball. I do feel confident in some of the competent throws that I saw out of Max Brown in the game. I think, he has 2 years in the system now. I think that Billy Napier is going. I think he's probably a more developed quarterback than people know, just because you haven't seen him play. Obviously, playing at home makes that much different for him than playing at Doakwood. So, I'm hopeful.
Yeah, he's made a ton of strides. Max, and I know him. I know him a little bit, especially since he was on the baseball team last year. He made a ton of strides. He would tell you he was not a good quarterback last year.
Mm-hmm.
Like, he was not in any way, shape, or form ready to play last year. He made huge growth from his freshman year, even from the spring to the fall camp as a passer. And before the year, I said, listen, I thought maybe you'd mix him in if the offense was stagnant because of his running ability. You're going to see his running ability. Listen, it's not going to be a Will Muschamp, Skyler Morningweg, South Carolina game plan where you run the ball 98% of the time until you're down late in the game. Max can throw. He doesn't have a big arm like like AR did. But like I'm confident that he can run. I think the offense will the game plan with him will be different than what it was for Graham Mertz. You're not going to ask Graham Mertz to run the ball like you would ask Max Brown to run the ball. Just simple as that.
How much ask Billy this? So, like, how big of a playbook and how much of the offense can we run with a guy like Max? If you don't know, please ask Billy when you get to year 2 in the system. He's been in the system longer than Graham Mertz. You got to be able to run everything that you can. I'm just saying that there are plays that that Graham would know the call, know what his looks are. It's just not suited for his physical skill set. There's plays in the playbook that are suited better for Max Brown because of his running ability.
And he probably has some chemistry with Eugene Wilson, with Hayden Hansen, with a few of these other guys.
Not with Eugene Wilson. That man's been first team since he stepped on campus.
Well, all right. Well, maybe not him. Maybe just Hayden Hansen. Maybe it's a Hayden Hansen Heisman type performance out of him. Let's get out of here. Do you guys want to do any predictions for this show, or?
Give me your player of the game, man. Win, loss, player you need. I'm not gonna say player of the game.
Max Brown.
What can Brown do for you?
I need Max Brown is definitely gonna be the key to us.
That's too easy, right?
Right.
I'm going Trevor Etienne.
That's why I was gonna go with it. I think Trevor Etienne, if he repeats what he did last year on Florida State, I think we win the football game.
Mm-hmm.
And I think we could get 2 100-yard rushers in this game. I think we need to do that to win the football game. 2 100-yard rushers, like 250 on the ground, something like that. Maybe 300 on the ground between Etienne, Montreal, and Max Brown. But I think it's going to have to be a massive rushing attack, and then we'll run some play action off of that. That's what I'm expecting. A lot of play action off of that to get into some one-on-one situations. Ricky Pearsall being able to put some guys in the blender in one-on-one situations like he was last year. Just because of the run game, the way they had to fill the box to stop that, the receivers are going to get some different looks than they've gotten all year. The running backs are going to get some different looks than they've gotten all year. They're going to have more opportunity. The crowd going to be behind us. We got to, just cash in on that momentum early in the game. Come out, a lot of energy, pregame scuffles, old Florida State shenanigans. Let's play spoiler. If my guys are listening, we're playing spoiler. That's ruined this magical season they've been hyping up. They spent a lot of money in the portal. Spanx lady went broke bringing all these people in here. If we ruin that season and then North Carolina come right behind us, then they don't win the ACC. That's the type of poverty we need in the Panhandle and the type of upset we need. Defensively, we got to get out to the passing straight up. Like secondary, they can make those guys' lives a lot easier if we just get after the pass, whatever that involves. Austin Armstrong, if it's dialing up blitzes, do that. If my front 3 or 4 can't get there, we got to get to this young boy. Don't let him sit back there and be comfortable. On the road, in the swamp, first time, like you got to make it very hostile for this kid, make it very uncomfortable. And I think we could win this game. It's a very winnable game.
You got to get that pass rush because Jahani Wilson and Keon Coleman will win their battles on the outside if given time to run their routes.
That's facts.
Yeah,
and shout out to Ricky. I think Ricky's like 52 yards away.
52 yards away
from being the first Florida receiver since Taylor Jacobs.
Taylor Jacobs.
What a wild coincidence it would be for Ricky to hit 1,000 on Saturday.
Man,
whoa.
Having Taylor Jacobs on the podcast 4 years ago, FSU week, was amongst the more bigger trolls that we.
That was a nice troll. Like, we didn't go there, but
yeah, I think it took people a little bit to get. I think shout out to Annie. She was the one that first called it out. But shout out to Taylor Jacobs.
Mm.
You guys are petty, man.
Good show. Yeah, I wasn't even on the show then.
Good show. Let's get one final ad, and then we'll let Nick go to Billy Napier. One final time for our friends over at Alumni Hall. If you were in Gainesville this weekend and go and cheer your asses off, go visit Alumni Hall right there in Archer Road, or go visit them online at alumnihall.com. Let them know Stadium and Gale sent you. Accessories for tailgating, T-shirts, Christmas gifts, Hanukkah gifts, whatever it might be, the best of the best when it comes to all Florida Gators accessories and apparel in all of Gainesville, Florida, and online. So again, go check them out. If you support the football program, obviously a ton of stuff for football, but they also